Okay, hello, hello. Welcome to Anatomy Lesson number 1 Head Edition. Abby, this is for you. If you're watching this, I made this for my friend Abby, but you can follow along too. Just gonna give a breakdown of the head, uh, break it down into shapes, make it more easy to digest for someone new with drawing heads and stuff. I'll be hoping to hit every body part, but we'll see how that goes. Um, Disclaimer, I draw, but I don't know, I'm not an anatomy professor. So don't be up my ass if everything I'm saying isn't 100% correct. You make the drawing tutorial then, idiot. But anyways, I've got this baldy over here, and I decided to pick a bald one, because I feel like that'd be easy to start off with. I'll lower the opacity. And yeah, I'm gonna trace this person's head. What are you gonna do? Fire me? Shut up. I don't care. Deal with it. This is a good way to learn anatomy. It's tracing. And as long as you don't post and say, yes, I made this face on my own accords. I came up with this person in my head. Then it's okay. Yeah. So, number 1, the head. Wait, actually, number 1, let me get the actual proper brush real quick. Bada bing. I'm gonna start off with like a nice little red color. Alright. Number 1, the head shape. So typically, when I started drawing, I would do the head. Oh, let me make that bigger. Oh. I would do the head like this. Do the circle part for like the top half of the head. Yeah, see that circle? It's not the best circle, but like I said, if you want to make the drawing tutorial, you can. Um, Top half of the head, and then bottom half of the head. Top half circle, bottom half. Some type of strange trapezoid situation. You know the vibe. Just a shape. Just some shapes. There we are. Yeah. Doesn't have to be perfect because not everyone is built perfectly. Not everyone was made in a test tube. So it's okay if everything isn't perfectly symmetrical. It's okay. Then roughly in the center of these shapes you got going on, you do the line. So we're dividing the face in half. And roughly halfway on the face, like on this massive structure we've got going on, like halfway through this. Well, maybe a bit up, a little bit more than halfway, a little below halfway. It depends on what kind of vibe you want. This is where you're going to want to position the eyeballs, and yeah, position the eyeballs on this line. Here's a circle for the eyeball. Eyeball right here. Eyeball right here. And the trick is, let me teach you a trick. Let me break out a different color. It's Christmas. Let's go green. Maybe not that green. Okay. Trick is that you see this circle right here. If you were to peel the skin back, you would get this orb, right? The trick with the eyeball is that to know how far the eyes are supposed to be distanced, you take this eye right here, you take that, right? Wait, let me do that on a different layer. The size of the space in between the eyeballs is roughly the same size circle as the eyeball. So the eyeballs are one eyeball space apart, most of the time, let me clarify that. Most of the time, it doesn't have to be perfect. Humans are built funny. And also another fun fact for you. The distance between the end of the eye and like where the ear pokes out like that is also roughly the same width as the eyeball. And I say roughly because look over here, this person is not built correctly. But like it's just a general okay, that was insulting. They're built fine. They're an interesting looking person. They are not ugly, but they are not symmetrical. So this can happen. It's just a general rule of thumb. General rule of thumb is the eyeballs, the distance between the eyeballs is an eyeball's width apart, and then the distance between the end of the eye to like where the ear is or to the edge of the skull is also the other width of the eyeball. I'm gonna keep that hidden. I'm gonna keep. Wait, let me combine these layers. Let me merge them. Bonk. Bonk. Okay. And I'm just hiding them to get them out of the way. I'm gonna go in with a different color. Maybe like a purdy blue. Now, to know where the ears, well, to know where like like the ratio between the eye, the end of the eyebrow and the ear is wherever like the end wherever the part of the ear that connects to the skull is, wherever that is roughly where like the tail end of the eyebrow is, and I'm not gonna assume anything, but I have a sneaking suspicion that this person changes the tail end, like they shave the tail end of their eyebrow. And I'm not gonna make a call post because I don't know that for sure. But yeah, the where the ear connects to the head is roughly where the end of the tails of the eyebrows are. Yes, 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 yes. And like they're generally, as far as I'm aware, in my experience of drawing, there's no really dead set rule how high or low you should place the eyebrows on the face. But, um, general rule of thumb, the eyebrow, like the inner corner of the eyebrow is gonna end like, I don't know, roughly where the corneas are, like the inner corner of the eyes, maybe even like a little further out than the corneas, just like a little further out. Um, and then the tail end is just like a little further out from the end of the eyeball. But again, it's just all roughness. In my experience drawing, if it looks like a human, then it is a human. It doesn't like, I don't know. No one's questioned my anatomy so far. So I think I'm doing something good. Like, I don't know. Every time I draw a person, I'm like, yeah, that's a person. And if you're drawing and you're like, oh yeah, that's a person, you're probably doing something right. But if you're having to stop and be like, is this a person? Then maybe you're doing something wrong. Maybe you gotta go back a couple steps. So that's okay. Yeah. So like, general rule of thumb for eyebrows, place them wherever the hell you want. As long as it's like, of course, not silly. Or at least if it's silly, it's like silly with a purpose. Like you were silly on purpose. So you can place them that high up. I mean, you could go this high, but that's kind of insane. But some people like that. Or you could go even lower. But as long as you keep that ratio of this is where the brow ends and this is where the brow starts, you'll like generally be fine. Um and like people have different ear shapes, you know. So like really as long as it doesn't look like a caricature in a racist way, then you can draw the ears however you want. Actually, let me just like ears are more funny looking than you might think of them. Cause like, what the hell? What the hell is this? Like, what is that? What is this ear over here? Like, what? All right. Next step. Next step. Let's get on to the nose. So. I like to think of the nose as a triangle. So, for example, we got look at this. The tip of the triangle up here is where the brows are. Yeah, yes. Follow me, follow me. And then watch the magic, baby. Triangle, triangle, triangle. You see that? See that? Saw how epic that was? Okay. Now, let's break down the nose even further because there's more. So like the nostril area, this situation, I like to think of it as circles. And you know, some people do this. They'll like divide the triangle into thirds. And yeah, Abby, I know you can divide the triangle into thirds. That's not how that works. But like follow me. Bam. Oh, okay. Bam. Right? Now you may be wondering, oh, well, the center the middle section is like a lot bigger than the rest. Well, that's just cause like I don't know. This individual has like I don't want to say a bulbous nose, but they've got like a bulb. They've got like a bulb, you know? It's bigger than like the nostrils. Some people have like a bigger bulb than the nostrils. Some people have bigger nostrils than the bulb. Just depends on the type of person you want to draw. And then from here on out, uh, you can just divide this into circles to make it easier to digest for the eyeballs. So you've got a nostril here, and then the bulb here in the center. And then I like to just like darken it out so you can, that's, nostrils are right there. Okay, so that's the nose, and now, the other part of the face, the lips. I've always had a, lips for me personally, it's just like I get it or I don't, you know? Um, I've seen many tutorials on how to draw lips, but for me personally, this is how I think of a lip. Break it down into coffee beans. In the words of my friend Abby, think of it as circular trapezoids. I believe that's what she called it. Circular trapezoids. So you got these two coffee kidney bean type situations. These two coffee beans, right? Two coffee beans. And then down below the lower lip is one big coffee bean. One big coffee bean. There you go. There you go. And whilst I remember, to know where like the corners of the lips line up, typically from like the center of the eye, if you draw like straight down, that's where like the ends of the mouth are. Like the tail ends of the mouth. They're just like straight down from the center of the eyeball. Not always the case, but like general rule of thumb if you're starting out. Once you get more comfortable with the human anatomy, then you can like go crazy with it. But for now, we're just gonna keep it controlled. General rule of thumb. Doesn't have to be exact. Just has to look human. And now for the hairline. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know how to break this down into like sections. Just like some people their hairline starts lower on the head, some people the hairline starts higher on the head. Again, as long as it looks human, I don't think it matters where you start the line, the hairline. So like for the example, this person they've got a bam and then like a nice soft bam, you know. Nice soft kind of angular, kind of not hairline. Some people have these hairlines, some people have like just like a very uh soft like circle line situation going on. Like No angles, no nothing. And some people have this kind of hairline where it's like bam, all right, like harsh line, and then bam, like bam, you know? Um, Typically I see these on like black dudes. It just depends on the type of person you want to make, really. But let me get rid of this and go back in with the hairline. A soft angular hairline. Soft angular. Always just like remember also when drawing the hairline, remember to like leave a bit of a gap between the tail end of the eyebrow and the hairline, because the eyebrow doesn't connect into the hairline. Like that's, I mean, yeah, you could do your eyebrows to make it look like that, but like typically most humans don't have tail end eyebrows that lead into like their actual hair. Typically that is not of human nature and that is a monster. But yeah, let me bring back the green layers. I'm not messing with the neck. We're just only doing head. We're only head. No head? Remember that one? That was funny. Um, yeah, this is the basic breakdown of the head. Um, we're gonna move on to another one. Move on to another one. Goodbye. Goodbye, Blondie, and hello, Emma Watson. I'll lower the opacity down a bit. Oops. Okay, Miss Emma Watson, or at least I think this is Emma Watson. I got these all off Pinterest. What are you gonna do? Kill me? All right. So for this woman, we're gonna do that other circle strat because I think it's better for beginners to do this. I personally myself draw the head a different way, but I used to do it like this when I was a beginner, so I'm gonna keep doing it like that. Now what is wrong? Why is it so light? That doesn't make sense. Ah, it's the flow. No, that's literally not it. Am I crazy? Oh, I turned down the opacity of the of the whole group. My bad. I just want Emma Watson to be lowered, not the whole kit and caboodle. Okay, let me erase all my handiwork. Okay. And now, like, these principles can apply when the head is not directly facing the camera, but for the most part, like, all of these rules really apply when you're looking straight on, dead ass at the camera. Like, if my head is, like, kind of turned, everything becomes, the ratios are different, like, it's a whole new world. But we'll get there, Don't worry about that. But, for now, you're just gonna do it again. You know? Just gonna do it again. Alright, starting off with the circle. Oops. And it's okay if your circle is not perfectly circular, because I know mine aren't. Circle. Oh, yeah. And then we're gonna do our funny trapezoid again. Don't forget about the funny trapezoid. Look at that fun trapezoid. Think of the lower half of the face as like a soft trapezoid, you know? You don't want no like harsh like well, in some cases it's appropriate, but like typically most normal non-steroid filled humans have a soft angles in their jawline. Not like acute angles, you know, obtuse angles. No. Soft. And again, we're gonna start off with the eyeballs. So we're gonna do the trick again. Wait, actually, getting ahead of myself. We're gonna split that thing in half. Just like a little bit. You could put the center of the line just like a little bit above where like the bottom of the circle is, you know? Like, you see? just like a little bit above. Just like a little bit above this line right here. Or the bottom part of the circle. And then split it in half. I don't want to really have to teach you how to split things in half. Just draw the line in the center of the circle from the top down. It's that easy. You can do it. All right, perfect. We've got the groundwork. This is a human. This is a skull. We're gonna go in with the eyeballs. So, if you want to, if you are trying to draw a human on your own and you're like confused about the eyeball placement, well, here's a tip. Here's a tip. Here's a tip. Let me go in. Let me go in with a different color so things don't get confused. Give me that same. Give me a green again, because I like keeping it Christmassy. Um, okay. So, smack dab in the center of this like cross region is where you can draw the illusion of an eyeball. You know, you're not actually placing the eyeball here, but this will just be the indicator of, hey, I know where, I know how far apart the eyeballs are. So you can start the eyeball here and here, you know? The width, the width. And so, um, what was I saying? Yeah, this will just help you know where the like corners of the eyeball should be. So we're gonna just like don't duplicate it, but like for the sake of the tutorial, I'm duplicating it. Gonna do a bit of this. Oh no, not Emma Watson herself. My bad. Photoshop gets kind of weird sometimes. Okay, yeah. You'll just take the center and duplicate it and move it on over. Just right there. Then you're gonna duplicate that, move it on over. And bam, know where the eyeballs are. Easy as pie. You don't have to figure it out. It's all like proportions, mathematics, which I'm not really good at, but hey, I'm an artist, not an arithmetic. I'm just gonna merge these layers real quick. So, epic. And now again, let's go in with the let's do the ears. All right. As you can see, this woman is more I don't want to say proportionally accurate, but this woman's head fits the general rules of anatomy a bit more, a bit better than the previous person. So as you can see, this is where the ear connects to the head, and this is where the tail end of the eyebrow is. Epic, epic, epic. Oh wait, let me do another little circle. So yeah, some people the eyebrow method or the eyeball method, some people's eyeball, like the distance between like the eye to the edge of the skull is like the same width of an eyeball, but some people the same width of the eyeball is like the end of the eye to like where the ear is. It's real crazy. Humans are built different, so like it really just depends. All right. We're gonna draw in those ears. Draw in those ears. Oh, wait, I just realized. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I didn't tell you where you're supposed to end the ears. Okay, epic. Another little mini tutorial. See, this is why you do multiple heads, because sometimes you'll forget to give a tidbit of an anatomy info on the previous drawing, but luckily there's another drawing where you'll have the chance to remember and you can give out the piece of information. Okay. So typically where you want to end your ear, first, you have to draw in the nose. So let's get to that triangle part. If you aren't aware, there is no script. I'm going with the flow of things. So tip of this circle, you do your triangle. You do your triangle method. you do your triangle method. And when you're doing the triangle method, the ends, like these ends of the triangle, should meet up roughly where the inner corners of the eye are. But, the ends of the ears should connect back to the skull roughly, well, let me get the sign down, roughly at the height of your nose, the center of your nose bulb. The center of the nose bulb. The top, oh, not the center of the nose bulb, I'm stupid. The top of the nose bulb in the center is where the line for the ears go. You see? You see? And oh yeah, the splitting up the triangle method. Yeah. You don't like, unless you really struggle to draw noses, you don't have to split up the triangle into thirds and then do the circles. But like, I've also been drawing for almost my whole life, so like, do whatever is best for you, you know. Um, but yeah, the nostrils, the edges of the nostrils meet up with the ends of the eyeball right here. And then where the ear lobes connect to the skull are at the height that reaches the top of the center nose bulb, like the nose bulb, you know? Bam. And then don't forget the eyebrows. The eyebrows, the eyebrows roughly are just like a little bit past the cornea. Just like a little bit past the corneas. And then you can from here on, you can do the eyebrow. Because you've established where the outer corner is, and you've established where the inner corner is. So you can just like draw that in. Bam. Alright. Now let's get to the mouth. And again, we're gonna go the coffee bean method. Remember kiddo, the ends of the corners of the mouth, the tail end of the mouth, should extend to the center of the eyeball most of the time. Never forget that. And now it's time for the kidney beans. Kidney bean number 1, circular trapezoid number 2. Oh, hold on. Circular trapezoid number 2. And then bigger kidney bean. Bigger kidney bean. Well, maybe a bit too big. And would you look at that? Wait, the hairline. So this woman has a bang moment. Ignore the bang. Pretend it's not there. So the hairline. Remember, try to make sure it doesn't hit the end of the eyebrow, but because I'm drawing with a thick pen, it's gonna merge with the corners of the eyebrows. Just don't make that a habit, you know? Just like be aware that they're not supposed to connect. And then like if you could see her hairline, no, there we are. And bam. Now we have a perfectly beautiful specimen. Look at that. Isn't she cute? She is so adorable. Alrighty. And that is Miss Emma Watson. And I've got one more for the show. Look at this guy. I hope this is a real man because his proportions, I don't want to say they frighten me, but they're that of a cartoon character and it kind of frightens me. He's not ugly. It's just kind of uncanny valley, but I don't think that's not racist to say, right? No, it's not because of his race. It's just he's got such big, clear eyeballs. They're scary. Alright, Mr. Man, we're gonna lower the opacity on you. And don't let the glasses scare you. I know they might be scary, but just trust me on this. Just pretend they aren't there. Just pretend. And we're gonna start off with that trusty red color of mine. We're gonna go in with the head shape. Don't forget, babes, your initial circle. The initial circle. And now, the trapezoid part. This man has a long face. And now, gonna divide that circle trapezoid situation in half. And then, we're gonna divide this trapezoid circle thing in half, but the other way. Perfect. Beautiful. And now, let me zoom in a bit. My bad. We're gonna do the eyeballs. And again, let me go in with that luscious, luscious green color that we all know so well. Okay. And then we're gonna do the same thing as before. We're gonna plan out where the inner corners of the eyeballs are by drawing the circle. Maybe I should. That is an awful green. I'm so sorry. Okay. We're gonna plan out the inner circle of the eyeball. Wait, the inner corners of the eyeball by doing this circle. So you get that crosshair moment in the center. Yeah. Never forget the crosshair. And then you're gonna bring it down. Oh. Then we're gonna bring that crosshair a bit down because, well, Photoshop will let me. I'm gonna bring the corner of the circle a bit down because this man's eyes seem to be lower on his face. Let me do a finger check. No, they aren't lower on his face. It's just, I'm dumb. Whoops. Okay. Now, I'm gonna take the invisible eyeball. I'm gonna duplicate that. Bam. The other eyeball. I'm gonna duplicate that. Bam. You've got your eyeballs marked out. You've got your eyeballs marked out. Would you look at that? That's epic. I'm proud. And then after that, I'm gonna take my luscious blue that I love so much. Blue. Blueberries, blue. And then again, we're gonna start off with the ears. Tail ends of the eyebrows. Wait, hold on. Okay. Tail ends of the eyebrows connects to the that's where the ear connects to the head. Is where the tail ends of the eyebrows meet. Roughly. Um and then the inner corner of the eyebrows, just like a little bit past the cornea. And then we're gonna get our nose situated. Don't forget that triangle. Remember, it meets at the top of this invisible eyebrow or eyeball. At the top of the invisible eyeball. That's where the tip of your nose triangle is gonna be. And you can vary up the width of the triangle, like how big it is at the bottom, depending on how you want your character or person to look, you know? This guy's got a rather wide nose, so your triangle's gonna be a bit wider at the bottom. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna divide this into sections. Bam. We're gonna do our nose bulb. We're gonna do our two smaller nostrils. And then we're gonna figure out where the earlobe connects to the skull. And hint, the earlobe, the height of the earlobe when it connects to the skull should roughly be at the top of the nose bulb. Emphasis on roughly because, again, we're not all born in a test tube in a laboratory. We're not all perfect. Just roughly. Alright, now that we've got that down, we're gonna go in with our coffee beans again. And remember, the ends of the corner of the mouth, the mouth ends roughly near the center of the eyeball. It's roughly where your lips are gonna end. Your mouth is gonna end. Well, let's get this kidney bean action going here. Oh yeah, it's all about the kidney beans. And would you look at that? We've got a man without a hairline. Let's draw the hairline in. And see, this guy's got like a soft, angular hairline. See? Soft and angular. I just recommend for like if you struggle with the hairline, I just recommend looking up pictures of like women in ponytails, black guys with like haircuts, buzz cuts, people with buzz cuts, um, just like short hairstyles with no bangs. Really study, look at the hairline to see like the varying ratios of how far up some people's hairlines are on their head, just so you get more comfortable with it. Again, it's not an exact science. The ratios aren't exact. It's just a general rule of thumb. Let me draw in his ears. And voila. You have got the world's prettiest person. And now, after completing 3 heads, we're gonna try this on our own with no reference. No reference. This is where the fun begins. Alrighty, remember your training, remember your training. If you aren't comfortable without using a reference, then that's fine. Go ahead, you can end the video or whatever. Go find your reference picture. Make sure it's like you can look up, if you type in Google headshots, you can just look up headshots of like college actors and just pick one that you like and use that as a reference picture. But if you're feeling bold and the brave right now, then this is where you're gonna learn how to swim. Alrighty, as per usual, we're gonna start off with the initial circle. The initial circle. See that? See that? Now, let me blow it up because I made it too small. And I want you to be able to see this better, my bad. Actually, I need to develop a better habit of just like erasing and redrawing. Or I feel guilty about just like using like transforming it and then like making it larger instead of just erasing it and then redrawing it larger. So I'm just gonna redraw it larger, my bad. Let me fix it up. Alright. Now here, we've got the initial circle. Now let's go on to our soft trapezoid. Soft trapezoid. Oh, I don't want to make it that low. Well, this is fine. Soft trapezoid. Soft. Now, let's break this conjoined shape up in half, starting from the top to the bottom. And then we're going to break it in half the other way around. Okay, look at that. Look at that. You've got a skull. You've got, like, the illusion of a head. It's, like, the bare minimum, but it's there, you know? And then, now we're going to move on to the eyeball. We're going to start off with the crosshair. We're going to get that nice green. Jingle, jingle. It's the holidays, you know? Merry Christmas, or whatever. And now that we've got the nice green, we're going to go in with the crosshair. The illusion of the eyeball. An illusion of an eyeball. This is our illusion. But now we have the right to copy and paste. Oops, my bad. Copy and paste. And like if you're doing this on paper, and you can't like just copy and paste, it's just okay. Just make sure like when you're creating like the eyeball, like the actual eyeball, just like measure it with your finger or whatever, just to make sure like you've got the same width either way, you know? Then we're gonna take the other eyeball, and bam! This is the eyeballs. This is the eyeballs. Isn't that crazy? And for the sake of this, no, I'm gonna leave the illusion of the eyeball. Just remember the circle in the center is the crosshair. It's the illusion of the eyeball. Don't forget that. And now, let's move on. Let's bring out the blue we love oh so very much. Alrighty. Now you can stick. You can cut. You can really, for the most part, put where the ear connects to the skull. I don't want to say wherever you want, because if you put it up too high, it's gonna get like that's freaky. You know, we just want to look like a human, not a monster. That's kind of freaky. So just like a little bit further up from when the trapezoid connects to the circle, on the circle is where you're gonna want to put where the ear connects to the skull. You know, just like a little bit up, not too far up, or else it's gonna be weird in all the worst of ways. Okay, and don't forget, gonna do a little line. This is where the tail of the eyebrow's gonna be. And then this is where our cornea is. So just a little further up, a little farther away from the cornea, further in from the cornea, you're gonna put um the eyebrow. Put the eyebrow. And like some people have more of an arch with their eyebrows, so the inner corner and the outer corner of the eyebrows are sometimes gonna be at the same level, sometimes not. It just depends on the person and their DNA. And that white circle is gonna drive me crazy. How do we get rid of that? Ah ha ha! Did it. Okay, epic. Let me save my canvas. Alrighty. And let's just go ahead. Let's go ahead and draw on our eyebrow. Go ahead. Draw on the illusion of the eyebrow. Oh, would you look at that? You've got eyebrows. And now, let's begin with the nose triangle. The rule of the nose triangle, man. The rule of the nose triangle. Remember. The nostrils, the end points of your triangle at the bottom, are going to roughly end where the cornea is. So watch this, watch this. We're gonna take the top of the crosshair, put the triangle, tip the triangle there. Bam. Okay, then we're gonna do the other side. Bam. Then we're gonna make ends meet. Bam. Okay, you've got the silhouette of a nose. Good job, good job. Don't forget, we're gonna divide this triangle into thirds. Bada bing, bada boom. Not equal thirds, just 3 parts. And now we're gonna go in with the nose bulb. Nose bulb. And the nostrils. Look at that, look at that. We're so close to creating the illusion of a human. So from where the top of the nostril starts, or the nose bulb is, my bad. Top of the nose bulb. And draw all the way over here. Make a dot. That is where the ear is going to connect to the skull. Let's do the same over here. And now we can go in and draw our ears. Just gonna do the standard shape. Just like a little curved line. Little curved line. Bam. Look at you. Now that we've got the ears established, let's move on to the coffee beans. Can't forget those. Alrighty, now remember, center of these eyes. Yeah. Draw it down just a bit. Draw it down. Straight down, doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Just have fun with it. This is where the end of the kidney beans, the end of the mouth is, right? The end of the mouth. Now let's go in with our kidney beans. Now, in regards of placing, like how far down or up you place the mouth, it's generally up to you, but again, just make sure it looks human. Doesn't matter how far up or how far down, just make sure you look at it and you go, oh, that's like a real person, not, oh, that's like a nightmare creature, you know? If you want to think about it like this, you can place like the center of the mouth like roughly halfway between like the bottom of like the red circle and then the bottom of your trapezoid. You can place like the mouth like halfway through, like where the mouth line is, you know? Gonna back up. Okay. Kidney bean number 1. Oh, this person is gonna have some luscious lips. Kidney bean number 2. And then the Giga bean. Let's get that Giga bean in there. And then like connect the lines if you're feeling it. If you're feeling it. Now look at, wait, hold on, we're not done. The hairline. I always forget about the hairline. Simply because we don't ever go back in and draw the hair. So I'm feeling, am I feeling high or low? High or low? High or low? I'm feeling, I'm gonna close my eyes. And I'm gonna do it right here. That's one pretty low hairline, but I'm gonna work with it. Oh. Now the hairline, it doesn't, most of the time the hairline doesn't like stop when it reaches like where the top of the ear connects to the skull. It goes like a little bit further past that. So like right here, like in the center of the ears where like the hairline ends. For the most part, some people are just like built funny, built different, as you know how it goes. We're gonna do the rest of this hairline. Remember, just make sure the hairline doesn't like touch the end of the end tails of the eyebrows. You don't want that to happen. Oh my god. Look at this. 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 This is the illusion of a skull. This is a human. Well, not all the way human, but like you can tell it's what it's supposed to be. It's like a like an android. It's like, yeah, that's a human, but is it? But like this is a human. You did it. You did it. You did it. You did it. Look at you. And yeah, just keep doing that with a reference or without a reference. Just keep doing that. Until it feels right, till it feels comfortable for you. If you want to know how to draw humans, look at humans, you know? How else are you gonna know how to draw something unless you look at it? That's based. For the sake of myself, I'm gonna combine the layers. Merge layers. And what we're about to do, I'm gonna copy and paste this so I don't like lose the OG, you know? What I'm gonna do is go in and get rid of the guidelines so it doesn't look like a humanoid, like freakish monster thing. So like you can truly like get a better grasp of what it's gonna look like without all these lines. And you can do this to your picture too. You can do this to your drawing if you'd like to. With me. So just get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of the illusion of the circle illusion of the eyeball, I know. I love it so much, but we gotta get rid of it. Just doing some erasing. Probably not using the best eraser for the job. That's okay. I'm actually gonna go in over top with like a black, and I'm gonna like roughly do some outlining. You don't have to do this, but if you want to, you can. So just follow me now. See the nostril, and then the nostrils are obviously darker. And then you get to the nose bulb. Yeah, yes, 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 yes. And then like I like to define the nose bulb and then define the nostrils so like you can tell. And then you can like bring it up a bit on the nostrils. Again, this is completely optional. You don't need to do this. It is quite scary for a beginner, but I'm just doing this because I'm so sick of looking at this monster of a human. A human, yes, but not in my heart. I'm gonna do the curvature of the lips, the inner corner of the mouth, or the outer corners of the mouth. And then don't forget that line. And then the lips. And now we're gonna go in with the eyebrows. I'm leaving the head shape for last. For no particular reason. Then we're gonna go in with the eyes. Outer corner of the eyes starts at the edge of the circle. And you're just gonna do like a little half moon until it reaches this blue dot, aka the other side of the circle. We're gonna go in with another half moon. And then we're gonna go in with like a flipped half moon. Bam, you've got eyeballs. Don't forget the circles of the eyes. This person has got small eyeballs. They're a little scary looking. But you know what? It's okay. Maybe they're a little frightened. I can't tell what emotion they're feeling. And don't forget the eyeball folds. Some people have these folds, some people don't. Just depends on what kind of person you're trying to draw. Then, if you want to get fancy with the eyelashes, but you don't got to. Alrighty, we're gonna go in with the ears. So you see where the ear connects to the skull. Gonna do a little line, and you see where the, oh, not bad. See where the ear connects to the skull. Follow all those guidelines you established. And then let me finally do the outline of the head. I don't do things in their proper order. Gonna get this wide chin. And it's okay if this person comes out a little crooked. That's natural, baby. We're organic. We're not completely perfect. And you don't put any pressure on yourself to follow the sketch exactly, like all the guidelines underneath. You don't have to follow it to a T. It's okay. Like, it's not a coloring contest. You don't have to draw inside the lines or color inside the lines. You just have to draw. Let's get their hairline in. I am a little worried for the top of this person's head because it kind of looks like they got a big, like, growth. But let's just see how it turns out. We're gonna zoom out. We're gonna go to our layers and we're gonna hide the guidelines. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Look at that! That's a person! It's got eyes, it's got a nose, it's got lips, it's got a hairline, it's got ears, eyebrows. It's got everything you need in a person. You did it. We did it. We did it together. Isn't that grand? Well, I hope you had a good time with this. Just keep practicing, keep drawing. Even when you're tired of drawing, keep drawing. That's the only way you're gonna get better. Feel free to rewatch this video as many times as you want. I hope I helped you out some. But in any case, I'll see you again with the next tutorial. I don't know what part of the body we're gonna do next. Probably gonna be focusing on the face still for a little bit. But we'll just have to see until then, alright? Bye-bye!